Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Outsiders. And today, I'm down here fishing the lower Niagara. As you can see, I'm just on my way to a fishing platform here. And I'm actually meeting up with Shane Stark, owner of Crackhead Jig and Blades. So, me and him are going to be fishing down here. Figured we start at the platform. He got here a little earlier than me. He was here at about 5, and I think they let him down maybe 5:30. I just got here at 6 parked. Looks like only 2 other people here in the parking lot besides him and myself. So we're gonna give it maybe an hour at the platform, and then we're gonna hit some spots at the shore and just see which area is the most productive today. And we're gonna be using his jigs the whole time. So I've got some 3-inch swim baits with 1/4 ounce and 3/8 of an ounce jig heads, and I got my center pin to drift some 1/16 of an ounce drift jigs. So let's get down to the platform and let's get fishing. There we go, guys. There's a fish on. Our very first fish on of the day right here. Just a white bass. I didn't even flip him up. Got one. Right before this one, a big bass chased it too. I missed the bass, yeah. Well, look at that, guys. Our very first fish of the day. Didn't put out much of a fight, but he just came on the 1/4 of an ounce green crackhead jig with a little 3-inch. This is a Cabela's, I believe, smallmouth bass paddle tail right here. But this might be one of the smallest white bass that I ever caught out of the river. So like I said before this cast, I had a smallmouth on for maybe 2-3 seconds, seen him come to the surface and chase it all the way down, chase it all the way up, but I didn't put a really good hook set on him. So first species of the day, nice white bass. See you later. Oh, there we go. Looks like Shane has one on over there. This might be the first one that he's hooked up to today. Well, actually, before I was here, he told me that he lost a little small bass. Rock bass. Oh, snap.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, yeah, this is a small.
Little smallmouth.
Look at that.
I thought it was a rock bass.
Yeah.
It'd be a big rock bass.
There we go. That's a nice little one.
Yeah.
It's a start.
Waiting for the 5-pounder to hit.
That's right. What color did that one come on? The crackhead.
That's my purple, but it's smelt. My smelt pattern.
Smelt pattern.
Yeah. Or it could be an alewife.
Very nice.
Yeah. And it matches up with this bait pretty good.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
Look at that purple on purple.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else we can get today.
Sure.
There we go, guys. There's a fish on. All right. Let's see what we have here. Oh yeah, it's a smallmouth. Oh, you got one? I got one too. Double up. Me and Shane are doubled up, man. Let's see if we can get this double up. Uh-oh, mine's a little big, but I'm gonna try to flip him anyways.
Gotta weed through the little one. Get to the big one.
Oh yeah, they're definitely hitting good. All right, guys, there we go. Doubled up on the crackhead jigs. Shane's came on the smelt pattern. Mine came on I actually got this from you last year when we were on the boat with Matt Wilson.
Okay.
Little 1/4 ounce green ball head. So
Nice.
First double up of the day. That was nice. Looks like we're getting on the fish pretty good. All right. See you later. Uh-oh. Looks like Shane might have one on over here.
This one's a real fish.
Yeah. Man, he almost got these ones back to back. Little guy.
Gotta weed through them.
Big ones are out there somewhere. Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah, you're catching all the small ones.
Yeah. It's almost big as my bait.
Oh man. Not bad.
Yeah, get bigger, buddy.
Nice. There we go, guys. There's a fish on. Well, that's definitely a decent smallmouth bass. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's definitely a good one. I don't know if I'll be able to flip them up, but very good fish. Man, the smallmouth are jumping everywhere in that little corner over there. Let's wait till he stops. Oh yeah, maybe. All right, looks like we're gonna be getting a net over here. Just a little too big to flip up. Thank you. There we go. There we go. Thank you. All right, guys, check that out. Probably my biggest one of the day. I say close to 2 pounds, maybe 2 1/4, but very nice. It seems like the smallies are stacked up in that corner right there. I'm just letting it sink all the way to the bottom and bouncing it off, and I didn't miss one hit before I caught him, but what are you gonna do? See you later. Alright guys, looks like Shane got one all the way down there. He was fishing the point, and I was fishing down there closer to the turbines, and looks like he pulled out another little small one.
Yeah.
There you
Almost
go.
5.
Yeah, you just got to hold it out a little longer.
Yeah, right?
Now it's a 5.
Do what it is.
There you go. Very
Right.
nice.
Get bigger, buddy.
Nice. Oh my gosh. Shane hooked into a sturgeon. He thought it was a freaking snag. Oh my gosh, it's right. We were thinking it was just a oh my gosh.
Wow.
I hope I got that on camera too.
I could have
Oh my gosh.
Head movement.
Yeah.
That was on the smelt, crackhead Jake.
I hope I got that jump on camera when I turned back, because that was
I probably would have never.
no,
you know?
that was like 5-6 feet.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna take a little break now. Tie.
That was crazy. And it looked like you got him in the mouth too.
Yeah.
When he jumped, like it hit that crackhead.
That's crazy.
Oh
That's
my
the
gosh.
second ever sturgeon I've ever had.
Yeah. There we go. There's a fish on. Just another little smallmouth. All right. Normally I would switch my baits up, but it seems like this green is working pretty well, so I'm going to stick with it until the fish stop biting. It's a little small guy, but we'll take it. All right. Ain't no sturgeon, but see you later. There we go, guys. First cast on the center pin. We have a fish. The normal jig wasn't working too well, so I decided to go to a drift jig, little purple one. And what do you know? I have a fish on. You mind giving me a net? You mind getting the net real quick?
Yeah.
I just don't want to flip it up on just a bass. I got a light leader on the center pin. You can use mine right here if you want. It extends. Just press the button. There's a button on it. Yeah, there you go. This is my first cast on the drift jig too. Thank you. Purple.
Yeah, purple.
Yeah.
Can't beat the purple.
No, you can't. All right, guys, there we go. Pretty nice thick smallie over here. Got him on the 1/16 ounce purple drift jig. Turn him loose. Got one? All right, guys, looks like Shane's got one on right here. Let's see what he has.
Barely tell he was even on.
It's a little guy. Man, where are the big females at?
I know. Maybe they're upriver.
Yeah, they could be.
That was on the emerald pattern.
Emerald? Look at that. Oh yeah, emerald. That's a nice one.
A little bit better.
Alright, looks like Shane's has another one
At
on.
least it's not skipping across the water.
We might actually need the net for this one.
Maybe. Yeah.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna try to pull it up.
The head shaking like a bass.
I think it's a bass.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Oh,
it's just,
pulling a little job. Oh.
I thought it was bigger.
There we go. Came relatively like back to back, maybe within 5 casts of each other. Not bad.
Yeah.
On the emerald again. There's a fish on. There's a fish on, guys. Not sure what we have here. Not giving me really any head shakes like a bass. Try to see what it is, but I can't really tell. I don't know. There's no head shakes. I don't know what it is. Damn, guys, right as a freaking current picked up, hooked onto something big. But yeah, it looks like a bass. It looks like a bass.
Yeah.
Just fighting real hard in the current. There we go. That's a good one, yeah. All right, guys, get a load of that. Definitely the biggest bass of the day, I say. Definitely a 3-pounder right there, man. Gave me one heck of a fight in the current. Didn't even fight like a bass at first, but it gave me a jump out the water, so I did realize it was a bass. So we'll turn this guy loose. It's number 2 on the drift jig as well. There we go. There's a fish on. Another, let's see what it is. Small. Well, that was a pretty quick fight. Guys, ever since the current picked up, this is like the 3rd fish I caught. I was using a float. Didn't really get much more on there, so I decided to go to the jig. And I did have 2. I had 1 fish on for about 5 seconds that I missed. And I think I felt a bite, and then I just had this guy, so turn him loose. All right. There we go. Another fish on over here. Holy smokes, guys. Nothing but small smallies. That must have been, I don't think that was back-to-back casts, but it was pretty darn close. Might have been 3 casts, 2 fish. All right. See you later. All right, guys, a little halftime report. Stop fishing the platform, and we're gonna head down to the shore now. Before we go, get a load of Shane's boots. He said these ones are definitely gonna be in retirement. I've never seen a pair of boots that have so much wear and tear on them. But hey, let's get down there. Let's get fishing. Let's see if we catch anything at the shore. All right, there we go, guys. It looks like Shane has the first fish at the shore. By the way it's fighting, most definitely just another smallmouth. Let's go over here and take a look. On the float, too.
On the float.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Just a natural color drift jig. And some Berkeley gulp.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kind of a big one, but
yeah, that's a pretty big one. All right, let them loose.
Yep.
All right, guys, it looks like we have my first fish on of the day at the shore. I hit him way out there too. Not downstream, but straight out I hit him way out. By the head shakes, it's making me think it's just a little bass. You can never be for sure. And he's coming to the surface too, so probably is just a bass. A lot of head shakes on him. Oh yeah, decent bass. Oh yeah, got him. Just hit the little split tail with the gray head this time, because I broke off the purple on the platform, so decided to try gray. Hit this guy. See if there's any more out there. There we go. There's another fish on. Fish on, guys. Put that one way out there again. Man, I think these bass are sitting real far out there today. Not sure why, but I've been watching way out in the river and I've seen them jump every now and then. And I did see a pretty zombied up steelhead cruise right by shore under me, and a giant like 20-pound carp. I don't think I'll get any one of those to bite, but I'm definitely getting the bass to bite today. You know it's a bass because they always stay near the surface, and all the head shakes too. You see a bobber pretty much the whole time when you're fighting one. Whereas if you got a big fish on, they'll take you straight to the bottom. You won't see your bobber for a while. It's a nice colored up one too. Oh, it's a very dark fish. Look at that. Popped out just like that. Probably one of the darker ones we caught all day. They're all around this size too, except that one pretty nice 3-pounder I caught at the platform when the current turned on. Alright. Goodbye. Back to back. Back to back casts, guys. They're like loaded up in front of me here. Oh snap. That's a decent, that one feels deep better. As soon as my bobber hit the water, you guys seen how fast that fish hit. Come on now. Oh, there was one chasing him. There was a fish chasing him in. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a real nice one. Alright guys, there we go. Check that one out. On a little swim jig. Probably one of the bigger ones of the day. Maybe hover around 2 pounds. We'll turn them loose. Man, that water's still pretty cold, huh? There he goes.
Oh, there you go.
Alright guys. Just moved up a little bit towards Shane and I accidentally stole his fish over here. Oh, it looks like there's a dead something floating down. You see that? There's a dead fish floating down.
Does it look big or?
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks decent size. Maybe a sucker or something. Oh yeah, nice little bass. I was hitting those ones earlier from shore way out there, but this one came really close to shore. Alright, let's see if we get down there and try to land him. Alright, there we go. Nice little guy there. Turn him loose. There's a fish. Oh, he's a jumper too. Better than what we have been catching. All right, man. That one gave me a nice jump out of the water. And the fish must be all over the river, guys, because as I'm standing here and fishing, I'll look straight out into the middle of the river and fish are jumping in the middle of the river. But we're catching them close to shore, which is nice, so we don't have to keep launching them out there. But yeah, they're everywhere now. Come on now, let's try to land them. All right, man. Definitely one of the bigger ones we've been catching today. Looks like we're finally working our way up in size. Let's turn them loose. Nice. Back to back. back to back casts. Oh, small guy. Dang. Oh my gosh, 3 jumps out of the water already. The feisty one, 4. Come on now. I guess we'll count that as half a jump, so 4.5 jumps. Yeah, man. Looks like we're only catching the small ones. There's some big ones hiding in here somewhere. They're just harder to catch. Not bad. There we go, fish on. This was not back to back, but it was 3 casts, 4 fish, which is crazy. I got another. I was catching them at like right where the current starts. I'm drifting down 8 feet. I'm 8 feet deep. Oh, there we go, double up. Shane's got a fish on all the way down there. All right, well there's mine. And my minnow is completely tore up now, so I guess I'll make my way down there back to my backpack, and on our way there we can take a look at Shane's fish.
I caught one right off the bat, and then I had a really long dead streak.
Yeah. All right, looks like we're finally getting on them now.
Yeah.
Maybe the water rose just enough to push them close.
It was rising,
sure.
and the sun popped out more.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
see what happens. Yeah.
All right, guys. As I was getting a new package of baits, it's like Shane hooked up next to me. Oh yeah.
Just about to move too.
There we go. Good one right there.
That was close. That one was close.
Really? There we go. Another one for Shane. I might have just captured that on camera. Alright guys, it looks like Shane has a nice big bass on over there. Hopefully I got the hook set. I just had to take a phone call. It looks like he just about landed it. Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
I thought he was bigger.
Yeah, it's still a good one.
Fighting it upriver, you know.
He's got some nice stripes on him.
Yeah,
though.
he jumped once.
Yeah, it looks like most of the ones we caught today were pretty like light, not much patterns on them, but that one's got some nice patterns. Yeah,
I like that. Pretty fish. Yep. Little belly on it.
Oh yeah, like a big belly on it.
Yeah.
I think that's what the boat caught, wasn't it? A steelhead?
Steelhead. Yeah. They were all happy.
Yeah,
the first one ever.
They're shouting. Yeah, this boat over here, when they drifted right in front of us, they caught a steelhead, and they said that's the guy's first ever fish caught in his life. They're all jumping with Joey on the boat over there. All right, guys, looks like Shane's got another one down there. Man, he's really hammering them on just the basic jig, man. I've been floating the shore. He's been using the jig. And the float was working pretty well to begin the day down here at the shore. Now it looks like the bite has switched to the jig. Oh yeah, that's like a decent one. Alright, there we go. Looks like a good one for Shane right there. The release. Very nice. Man, like I say, these crackhead jigs are fire. Alright guys, fished that first spot out pretty good, so me and Shane decided we're gonna head upstream, so that's what we're gonna do now. Hopefully we can find some different species. If not, we'll settle for the bass. Can't beat the fight over bass. So I'll get back to you when we're at the next spot. Yep. Alright guys, looks like I have the first fish on at the new spot we decided to try. Fighting just like a smallie. I actually never caught, believe it or not. I always walk past this spot when I'm here with my dad because we like fishing the other hole that's up a ways, but I've actually never caught a fish out of this hole. This will be the first one. Nice bass. This one came on the ball head, 3/8 of an ounce purple. There we go, not bad. Send them off. There we go. There's a fish on, guys. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. I missed the bobber down just before this, maybe 2 or 3 casts ago. We finally were able to sting this guy. Alright, let's fish it on top of the rock, so I gotta get down here now, try to land him. I got one right here. Alright guys, definitely a nice one over there. Me and Shane are just now working our way upshore. We're not staying at one spot too long. We're just testing them out, see if there's a lot of fish. And once we find a lot of fish, we'll stay at that spot. But it looks pretty good at this spot so far. I had one bobber down, just caught that one, and Shane missed one a little bit down for me. Wasn't paying attention for a second there. Alright guys, looks like we have another fish on. The fishing has actually gone quiet for, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or so, so we're probably going to move up after this one, but I'll give it a couple more casts just to see if there's any in there, but definitely going to move up in a couple minutes here. There we go. Alright, just a small little one. Turn them loose. Alright you guys, and that's going to wrap up the video for today. All in all, I say a very good day out on the lower Niagara. Now, me and Shane, we started off at the platform. We were pretty hot there, caught a lot of nice white bass. Not a white bass, a lot of nice smallmouth bass, but I did catch one white bass as well. And I'm not sure how well I got it on camera, but Shane hooked into a sturgeon on one of his crackhead jigs. So that was pretty cool. After that, we moved down to the shore. The first spot we fished there, we got on a lot of nice smallmouth bass, but then we moved to some of our spots upstream that we normally pull out a lot of fish, but we only must have pulled 1 or 2 out in the spots upstream, which is very strange. And the only things we fished with today were the crackhead jig and blade, so if you want to check those out, I know they have some in stock at the Wicked Worm in Youngstown, New York. And if you want to order them in bulk, you can message Shane on his Facebook page, so I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next episode.